Namibia, a vast and natural landscape that captures the spirit of freedom and adventure. Come with us, 9B4 and the family, as we travel hundreds of kilometers overland across the open expanse of this beautiful nation on the hunt for wildlife and prehistoric hunter-gatherer stone art that is found in the heart of this country. This trip was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to explore nature and discover history and a chance to experience the wonders of Southern Africa. Morning. So we just left the pool. We're heading south about 533 kilometers. That's what we have left. We've already been driving an hour. The sun's coming up here really nicely. It's a great day. It's a little chilly again. The pool was about 19 degrees Celsius and the temperature's been dropping ever since we left the mountains where our pool was at. We've been heading south. The start of our 7th day in Namibia was the most challenging of our entire Namibian adventure, as we needed to travel over 500 kilometers in one day to reach our destination. Over 90% of all the roads in Namibia are gravel or sand, and we spent the entire drive on unimproved roads. Namibia is approximately 1.2 times larger than the state of Texas, but has a population of only 2.5 million as of 2021, meaning much of the country is sparsely populated or devoid of people. It is possible to drive for hours and never encounter another vehicle or an individual. Overlanding in Namibia is an exhilarating experience. The lack of people also means there's a lack of help if needed. You're forced to value your own skills and your own abilities. Having to travel over 500 kilometers in one day to reach our destination before the dangers of nightfall challenged our driving ability as well as our focus. After about 8 hours of driving over 550 kilometers, right at 600 kilometers, we made it to our destination, which is the Painted Rocks Lodge. It's a beautiful, beautiful scenery. I'm gonna have to show everything you can, but we're about to get checked into the room. I just wanna show you what this place looks like. It is a wonderfully beautiful setting. It is in a conservation area, so everything is splendid. Let me show it to you. After a hard day's drive, we made it to our destination, a wonderful lodge set back against these massive, imposing granite boulders at the foothill of a mountain range. It was a great place to spend the afternoon. The final leg of the drive, getting to our room, proved to be the most treacherous part of the entire drive across the whole day, as I had to drive between the boulders and the lodge buildings. Okay, so we start our day today at 6:30 in the morning, and it is now 4:30. So that's a whole day, a lot of driving to get to this location. But here's our room. Let's go check out the room. Okay, a little dark in here, but that's fine. Yeah. Again, we have the beautiful twin beds, which have been the standard at every place we've stayed thus far. Nice bathroom here. Shower with a seat in it. A little bench. Okay, I like the ceiling. Is the last room we had a ceiling that was similar to this. I don't know if it's copying the Himba tribe or a different tribe, but really, you come to this location for the views. This is the view right outside of the room. And if you step around to the front and look directly behind us, we're right next to the rocks. Blair and I are here in Namibia. We're running out of time. We only have 2 days left. There are several sites we want to see. We're not going to make them all. So we're having to prioritize. Tomorrow, we're going to wake up early, drive down to go see the sand dunes, then come back here for a nature walk. That's the plan. And then on Monday morning, we're going to go and visit with the Sand tribe and look at some of their culture and how they used to live. Then we're flying out on Tuesday. Sounds like a lot of time, but again, distances are far. So we're gonna be moving. In the meantime, let me show you some of these beautiful rocks here at the Painted Rock Lodge, Ali Aba Painted Rock Lodge. This lodge is inside of a conservation zone, so there's a potential that we can see things like springbok, giraffe, warthogs, and several other animals that we saw in Etosha, and a few maybe that we didn't see in Etosha. So I'm going to keep my eyes open. We did see some baboons along the road. There was a large pod, I don't know if you call them pods, family group of baboons. It was at least 30. They were black, really pretty, but they scampered away before I could take any video of them, but really beautiful. So we may see something here. There's a small watering hole set up in the morning. I'll get out here and see if I can see anything at this site. In 3 different lodges so far in Namibia, one in near Etosha, El Dorado Lodge, and then we stayed in the Pua Country Lodge, and this one is the Al Aba Painted Rocks Lodge. This one's pretty nice. This is where we'll be eating dinner tonight. Okay, so we're heading to our sundown. Blair and I are going to do a little bit of a hike up the rocks before we eat dinner.
Yeah, this is all granite, just like your countertops.
So Blair and I hiked about halfway up the cliff face here, up the rock face, and we decided we're losing light. This vantage point is beautiful. There isn't really any reason to go higher. We see that there's a point up there where people could do cool Instagram pictures, but I think we're good here. Let me show you what we get before we head back down. Namibia is an absolutely beautiful country. I mean, every aspect of it and the various parts of it. There are two deserts here, the Namib Desert, the Kalahari Desert, and so much beauty in between. If you're an outdoors person, if you like overlanding, if you love just going back to nature and experiencing some things in an unusual environment, Namibia is absolutely the place to do all of that. Our 8th day in Namibia was much more relaxed. It started out with a wonderful breakfast with cappuccinos, leading into an afternoon game drive. The game drive was educational as we learned about the local wildlife and animals, as well as the local geology, such as the 133 million year old boulders that were surrounding us on all sides. A highlight of the game drive was coming across a tower of giraffes, including a family of giraffes with a young giraffe which had only been born in the last few days. The game drive culminated with a wonderful display of cave rock art. The art is believed to be between 2,000 and 6,000 years old, while some images may be as old as 25,000 years. This is prehistoric art and is a wonderful display in Namibia. This is our next to last day in Namibia, and I like to kind of roll up and think about what are some of the big takeaways. Drive slow, the roads are wide, but also along each side of the road, the brush is pushed back pretty far so you can see the kudu before they come. We've had kudu jump out in front of our vehicle. You can see the baboons along the road. There was donkeys along the road, sheep, goats, cows, I mean, you name it, people, just about everything is along the road. So if you're doing a self-drive, just be aware that the road is a shared environment. There were families who were walking in the road, up and down the road, and we're talking hundreds of miles, hundreds of kilometers outside of the major cities. So there are people everywhere, animals everywhere, just scattered across the country. You have to be aware of that when you're driving. Okay, and for anyone who has any questions about safety, Blair and I have driven all across Namibia from the top of the country down to the center of the country. We haven't gone too far into the south. We have not felt unsafe in any part of this country. The roads are clear, people are very friendly, there are checkpoints, police officer checkpoints, there's security all over the place if you feel like you need that. There are places where there are security, where there may be areas where you would be concerned, but we haven't felt concerned or have any issues in any part of this country whatsoever. I have felt safe everywhere I've gone. I felt welcome everywhere I've gone. Walking into any store, I felt welcome, and I feel like I've had a wonderful experience up to this point. We have one more day in Namibia, and then we're off to Cape Town. My last Namibian sunset, and I will say this as I finish up. Out of the 54 African nations, I don't think I could have picked a better location to make my first African touchdown. This has been a wonderful experience. Hey, make sure you watch all the videos. We're going to have several covered in Namibia. If you have any questions, drop those in the comments, and if I can answer them, I will. But hey guys, thank you so much for following along with us on our journey. Namibia is one of the most beautiful and enchanting countries I've ever visited. With rich and historical cultures and peoples, unmatched geography and wildlife, Namibia should be on the top of any traveler's list.